Yes, Baron Bullshyster here, Baron Bullshyster. What's going on, Baron? Well, we haven't got any pink gin for a start, that's not very good. Sun's gone past the yard, haven't we? No pink gin. But never mind. We've got a fabulous fable from Fartwell that I'm really excited about, and I'm going to tell you a bit about stuff that's going on in Fartwell as well, you see. Can't make this stuff up, but anyway, in Fartwell, we have a flea. Everyone's got fleas in Fartwell. They've got Fartwell fleas. Now, you might think, well, blimey, that's not very good. But they're not. They're symbionts. They're symbionts. And what happens is, you see, you've got an itch. If you've got an itch, you see, and you've got, oh, I'm just going to scratch that itch. All of a sudden, you get it scratched for you. You do. You get it scratched for you by the Fartwell flea. They're like an opposite flea. You see, they don't make you scratch. They itch your scratch. You see. And there's all these people, you'll be in Fartwell, you'll be wandering around Fartwell, and all of a sudden you'll be talking to somebody, and they'll start going, oh, this is rather nice. Oh, that's good. You see, it's quite common, that is, in Fartwell. If when you come to Fartwell, you might think they're a bit strange, these people, but that's what it is. They've got the fleas. They've got Fartwell fleas. So it's a bit like Britain's Got Talent. When you see the judges, or you see these talent programs, and you see their judges, and they see something that's really good, and they start making these faces. You see, like they're sort of like they can't believe how good it is. That's a bit like the people in Fartwell. You see, they start like this, and doing these faces. I can't think of the name, but it'll come to me in a minute. What the name of their sort of like happy face. And anyway, so what happened the other night? I was lying in the, as you know, I'm in the hay barn. I've got to sleep on the hay in the hay barn for reasons. You have to watch the other videos. So I'm on my bale of hay trying to get some sleep, and I have an itch. You see, I have this itch, and I think, and I'm waiting for the Fartwell flea to scratch my old back, and it takes a little while. You see, and I'm there. And I think, well, I might have to scratch myself. It's terrible. And all of a sudden, here we go. And a good old scratch. The whole flea sorted my back out. And I was lying there, going to sleep, after having a good old scratch, there's nothing like going to sleep after you've had a good scratch. And I was going to sleep, and I heard this little voice in my ear. You see, I heard this voice. And he said, Baron. I said, Baron, like this little voice. And I said, what's up? Who is that then? And he said, it's Ferdinand. I said, who's Ferdinand? Ferdinand the flea, the king of the fleas. And it was king of the Fartwell fleas. And I said, what's up then, Ferdinand? And he said, we've got a problem. And you're good at fixing problems. So can you sort the problem out? And I said, what's the problem? And he said, well, it's the frighty mighties. They're killing us off. And what it is, you see, I don't know if you know Britain, but down in the Solent, is the south of England, there's an island. It's called the Isle of Wight, you see, and on the Isle of Wight, it's they've got the mighty whitey, which is a mite. It's like a flea, you see, and it's prehistoric because it's like there's lots of prehistoric stuff going on the island, and this flea dates back to prehistoric times, and it's sort of protected really. But what's happened is they've come over to the mainland, you see, and they're killing off native fleas, killing off all the native fleas, and the poor old Fartwell flea, you see, is being killed off by the mighty whiteys, you see, and so they're called mighty whitey frighties, because what they do, they sneak up behind Fartwell flea, and they go boom like that, you see, boom like that, and they frighten them to death. And the Fartwell flea gets petrified and dies straight away, you see. So Ferdinand said to me, he said, I don't know why I'm scratching, but he said, come on, he said, come up with a solution. So I come up with a solution, and I'm going to show you how to do it, you see. What's going on? I think the old Frighty Mighties don't want me to do this video, and they're trying to stop me. They're trying to stop me. Yeah. I'll just be back in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, oh, get off me! Stop it! Get off! Stop it! You! That's just. Get off! Stop it! I'm telling you, stop it! That's better. All right, that's it. Stop it. Right, sorry about that. You get my trousers on and everything. I think I got them sorted anyway. I just trying to stop me make this video because I know that if I publish this video, they'd have to go back to the Isle of Wight. So this is what we're doing. We're trying to make this video and get it sorted out and everything. So what do you need to get rid of the fleas, and maybe you might be able to get rid of the malaria and well as well. You get a bit of copper pipe. You see, well, it's a bit of metal, and you attach a bit of wire to it. Right, you see, put that on there, and then you need, that's your fulcrum, and then you need another piece of metal. I've actually got a hacksaw blade, and what you do, you put your hacksaw blade onto the fulcrum. Yes, onto the fulcrum. You see, so you've got a seesaw, but it's probably going to be a flea saw. Yes, especially with it being a hacksaw blade. Yes. So then you get a battery. You see, and you attach your electrodes. One that's connected to the copper pipe. You see, you connect one to the copper pipe, and then you get another one, and you attach it to the other side of the battery. Let's do that. I don't know if you can see it. And you place the other electrode from the other end, right? You place it underneath the seesaw, where it's gonna land, come on, it's a bit awkward. This is a bit awkward. Like that. Now, next thing you do, you get a match. You chop the end of your match off. Get a knife. Watch out, knives are dangerous, so you're going to be very careful with this. Basically, you cut the head of your match off. And then what you do, you get a bit of wire wool. And you take your little tiny bit of wire wool and you wrap it around your match. You see, just screw it up around your match. Like so, roll it into a ball basically around your match. So hopefully that'll work. Then you put the match head, it's a bit heavy. You put your match head with your wire wool onto the pendulum, onto your seesaw, onto the top of your seesaw, you see. And then what you do is you'll need a bit of bait, you see. Well, I've got some brown sugar, you see. That's what they like, the old frighty mighty whiteys from the Isle of Wighty. They like brown sugar, yes they do. And while we're on the subject of the Isle of Wight, Lord and Lady Fartwell, they like going to Cowswick because they like sailing, and they take Admiral Stiffy over with them, and old Brigadier Cheetham goes as well. And that's another thing I would tell you about Brigadier Cheetham. So I don't know why I'm holding this brown sugar. So Cowswick, yes. Well, apparently they do all this regatta and stuff, and all this sailing and all things like that. And Brigadier Cheetham, he does the Isle of Wight. He goes round the Isle of Wight race, and it's the Isle of Wight submarine race. So they all go around in their submarines, and every year, old Brigadier Cheetham wins, because I think I've heard him talk about what he does. He just sinks his submarine to the bottom of the Solent, and he sits down and has some cheese and pickled sandwiches and a flask of tea, and when he thinks it's time, he pops back up again, you see. When he sees the others coming with his periscope in the distance, he pops back up and he's won. You see, can't make this stuff up. You can't. But I think they caught him last year, so he's been disqualified for life. So he's not very happy. But he's got lots of trophies and everything. So what else? Oh, and they're trying to stop Cows Week as well. Don't know if you know this, but it's apparently it's too bovinistic. You see, it's too bovinistic because we've got to be politically correct these days. And it's too bovinistic, and all the what are they called? The others. What are they called? They're called the equine. Yes, the equines. Yes, all the equines. They're complaining about the bovine. The equines are complaining about the bovine. So they thought, well, what can we do about it? Maybe we should, I don't know, get some sheep involved or something. And then they thought, well, if we get sheep involved, then we'll have to get goats. And so they thought, well, maybe don't call it Cows Week. We could just call it Animal Week. And then they thought, well, you know, how about the insects? So now they're just thinking about scrapping the whole thing. So the whole thing's gone completely mad. This whole PC thing. People have been enjoying themselves for years, and now it's all going to go kaput. So I just thought I'd put that bit of news in. That's what I heard down the grapevine anyway. Down the grapevine. Yeah. Well, it wasn't down the grapevine. It was down the pub. It was down the Jolly Roger. Yes, down the Jolly Roger. Things you hear down there. So what am I doing? So brown sugar. Get the brown sugar, which is the fart. Well, there's the food of the mighty frighty whiteys, and you get a little bit of this. You put it on your pendulum. Put it on your not your pendulum. You don't put it on your. You put it on your seesaw. You see, and what that does, that attracts. I can see some coming at the moment. Quick, I'll just cover this up. That attracts the frighty mighty whiteys. So you've got to stand back because they're just coming. I don't know. You've got to stand well back. You've got to stand well back because there's some coming. Can you see them coming? Can you? It's just coming across the table now. They're going for the bait. They're going for the. Can you look? Look, it's moving. It's moving. They're on there. They're on there. Look. Oh, right. And that's how you do it. That's how you fry a flea. Yes, frying tonight. Yes, that's what we're doing. So that's how you get rid of the mites. And in fact, I think I've scared them all off because I've just seen them all running off over to the Isle of Wight. I think they've just all gone. So there you go. Another good idea. How to get rid of frighty mighty whiteys. Yes. So there you go. So cheers everybody, and come along next time. Well, go over to bullshyster.com. Yeah, so hopefully I've got a bit of a problem with the website at the moment, but hopefully I'll get it up and sort it out as when I get to Fartwell Library. Yes, so cheers and see you soon.